Yo, so today I've seen like a lot of these videos popping up on people talking about what they're doing for the fusion. Um, I think mine differs a little bit from most. So, I would consider myself in-game account. I'm basically free to play with CC rewards. I don't get like crazy amount of CC rewards, but I get a decent amount of diamonds a month. Like right now I only have like 2,000, so that's pretty much almost below average of what people are holding on to. So, um, but in terms of summons, I really just don't have much saved up. We've been getting yanked back and forth between like the Lust into Artemis. Um, and I think I pulled for one of the 10x's or a 1+1 or something a few weeks ago as well. So it's just like back to back to back summoning events. I don't have much saved. So what I'm doing for the fusion is I'm basically looking at skipping all these. Like this weekend I'm pulling, but I don't think I will be pulling enough to the point to where I will be hitting this in the event. So if I do, then I'll have one extra because generally most of these are pretty free if you're in game. And I'm going to talk about some reasons why they are. So Brave Conquest, I think these are like the freest events in the thing. Like if you use your daily energy, like you get some extra energy, like with these people that show up in your camp, or you get your 200 bonus daily, or you get some energy from like Guild Boss or something. Generally, these Brave Conquests, you pretty much almost always have enough energy to do them. So I never really worry about these. So these are just basically not to be worried with. Like you have artifacts here that's going to correspond with that. You have Forgotten Place here that's going to overlap with this one. This one might be a little bit more difficult for some people because you're just hitting the very end of Lost Legacy. You're not really getting anything else with it. So these people might struggle with. But generally, like these ones down here are all pretty free as well, and I don't worry about those. Um, Usually, like what's this one right now? 3,700 to basically max it, which probably about 5,000 energy at most. I'm using 22 to get 20. So maybe, yeah, somewhere, yeah, around 5,000 to finish that. So not hard at all to finish these if you are farming. This is if you are farming 18s. If you're not farming 18s, they're going to be much harder for you. I understand that. Especially like Artifact. I know Artifact takes an incredible lot more if you are even really if you're farming 17s because you're hitting these so much. Um so I really consider those to just kind of be free gimmies. Um and then as far as Awakening of Heroes goes, so this is the building champs event, like using champ XP and whatnot. So we have one here, which these are almost always 5,000 to max, and that's for something beyond the fusion. I think the fusion is probably going to be around 3,500, maybe 4K at most to get the rare out of there, and it might even be cheaper than that, honestly, because I haven't seen these point events yet, so they're really hard to base off of. So you might only have to spend 3,000 here. And if that's the case, spend your 3,000 there. Don't max the event. Why am I saying that? Because we have this one the next week, which would probably be more beneficial to max because you have the Awakening corresponding with Corridor of Glory. So these are both champ training events. So you get the double dip out of these. You will get a lot more value for maxing this one than you will maxing this one here or this one at the end. So generally this is like 5K. Ew, this looks horrible. 5K, 5K. And Corridor is usually about 10K. So maxing Corridor, getting the skill crystals out of this is just going to be better off for your account. I always tell people every time I am like doing takeovers or something, and I see their Corridor and they're not really doing it, I'm like, why are you not doing this? It's free stuff. The skill crystals are always going to be needed. I get some people get the problem where they're running out of dust. Most people that have a ton of Legos are always running into that situation, but you don't want to be missing out on skill crystals. They're pretty niche as they get, and eventually you'll come to a point where it's just you need more. So one thing, if you guys aren't very familiar with, you should be maxing out buying these in the shop every day. Just recently I added more space. I'm up to 400 now, which out of most of that, it's almost all fodder. I just keep buying fodder. So that way, these champ training events, I will blaze through. Like right now, I have 52 that can be done here, which is essentially like 1,250 points. And a 10 pull of these are 250 each, so that's 2,500 points. So I basically have 3,700 points already, just ready to go instantly. And it'll go even more once it gets into 4-star. I'll have probably about 24 stars to make, or maybe not that many, maybe like 10 4-stars to make. And then I'll make some 5-stars, and I'll probably be up to like 5k points immediately, like the first day. So that is, if you can, and you have like some excess diamonds, it's definitely worth getting some space. I know people always want to use them on summons or energy. I'm just going a little bit at a time. Like I'm just going to be picking up a few spots every week at this point, just to keep expanding my inventory till it's done. Like I think there's 720 diamonds left that I could be spent in here to max out my inventory. And eventually I will do that. So, like I said, be buying this fodder every day, no matter what. Do your refreshes in here, buy the fodder. You don't know what you're buying in here, buy the insignias. Great value. I buy the summon crystals. I think most people do. You don't want to miss these. Don't ever buy these for diamonds. Super scam. I wouldn't recommend buying refills for diamonds. I think those are scam. Obviously, never, ever, 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 ever buy these. How they got 11 diamonds for these blows my mind. I occasionally buy red gear just because I have so much gold built up at this point. So it's just kind of like if I see some guardian set or like anything on the left side, like weapons wise, other than like salvation, I don't ever buy salvation weapons or life force just because I don't use those or need those anymore, and I'm not going to skill them up. Another thing you should be buying in the shop every day, this energy. So say this next week you have basically 1,400 energy just buying from in here. Great value. It's essentially 7 wins in arena to get one of these every day. Generally, most people have, like, I've bought all these this month, and I still have a ton of arena points sitting around. I know some people don't, but I would definitely make it task to buy this every day. It's just worth it. Like you'll get, I don't think I have much saved up yet, but yesterday I had, I think, about 20 pots just from saving up like a short amount of time between buying them in here. Always buying the energy and the refreshes, or those pots in here. I pretty much always buy those even when they're diamonds. I think they're good value. Like sometimes they're 40, 35% off. Just generally a good value for energy. So we go to our next part in the fusion. So like I said, buying the fodder, buying the energy makes these a lot easier to get. Make sure you're using the XP boost when you're farming XP. I know I've missed it a few times. I think there's been several times where I've spent like 2k energy and I didn't have the XP pass and I just died inside. Then we have Tales of the Smith. So this one is hard for a lot of people, I understand. If you are somebody that has some summons, like if you're a newer account that has summons, but you're struggling in the gold factors, these are the ones I would consider skipping if you have the summons for. Right now, I'm at a point where I could just throw gold at whatever. I just have to make sure I have enough pieces. So, like, literally, sometimes I just go farm GR3 for 10 runs. I'll keep all those pieces, even though they're garbage, and I'll just level them up to 16. Just for the fact of it now, just so I could finish the events. I know a lot of people aren't in that situation yet. So these are definitely difficult. I really do not recommend spending energy farming gold. It Unless you are in absolute like dire need for gold, like your last minute, um, that's the only time I'd really do it. Like a lot of times when I use I don't know if I have like one of these gold boosts sitting around, I literally just chuck it on when I'm doing like a ton of farming, like in GR3 or Artifact Material Raid. Like yesterday, I had it on when I did AMR, and I think I got like 8 million gold just doing that. I did like 5,000 energy or something in AMR, but still, it builds up gold fast. Like if you know you're gonna do a lot of farming, that's probably a good time to throw on gold boost. Um, but wasting energy just to farm gold is never a fun situation, and it just often feels like a waste. So, like I said, if you're a newer player that's in the gold struggle, these are what I would consider if you have the summons. Definitely skip these. And then finally, we have Duel of Champions. I know some people do Arena. I do it literally just to hit, like, I'll do it at the end of the week just to hit Overlord. But, like, I have so many stacked up. Arena is just easy. Like, I think anybody could honestly be maxing those events because you get 8 points to win. I think it's 8, right? Yeah, I think it's 8 points if you win, 4 if you lose. So even if you just have a ton of refreshes, even if you just send your battles, even though you're gonna lose, just send them. It makes the event easy to complete. You usually have 4 or 5. I think it's 4 days to finish those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 4 days to finish those. You send 10 battles a day. If you could easily send more than that, like do 10 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, or 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 5 at night. You could easily send 15 a day. And say you even lose all those, you could still finish the event, just even if you lose them all. So definitely don't be skipping this. So these are basically must-dos as well. So like I said, my main ones I'm skipping personally. We could skip 3. I'm skipping the summonings. If I hit them, I hit them. If not, oh well. The Arrival of Heroes. I don't know if I mentioned this already. I've just been yapping. We should have a 1+1 here. I'm almost positive this week we are going to have a 1+1. And then I'm assuming on this one, I don't know if you guys have seen it, we should be getting a Hex Zilla 2 banner right around here. So we have the Serb banner, 1+1, Hex Zilla 2. Save for what you like. I'll probably pull on all 3, honestly. I'll probably pull here because I want Serb. If I miss, I'll go into 1+1. If I don't hit quite yet, oh well, then I go in the Hex Zilla 2 banner. That's going to be my strategy for this. Just pull. But yeah, that's all for the video. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll make sure to get back to you. And thank you guys for checking it out. Catch you guys later. Peace.